Welcome to Whistleblowers in partnership with Wix Trade Pro. Welcome to the bonus ball. This is Whistleblowers. Mark Clattenburg is here, Ian Ladyman is here, and I am Gordon Smart. Slightly nervous because we're getting towards the close of play in the season in Scotland, and there's a real possibility that Heart of Midlothian could win the league at Easter Road, Hibs' home ground, my home ground. There's also a possibility that they win the league the week before, and then we have to give them a guard of honour at Easter Road. Now, in light of all the trouble at the Old Firm game last weekend, that could really lead, I think it could lead to a wee bit of bother. Where do you stand, Mark, on the guard of honour? And is it the referee's role to police any aggro around something like that?
No. And I think, for me, my feeling about guard of honour is it shouldn't happen. I think if you win the league, then, okay, there's you get the trophy, there's a mark of respect. I think once they went down this route many years ago, and I remember being at Old Trafford, and I was a fourth official when I think it was Sir Alex Ferguson's last season in charge of Manchester United, there was a guard of honour. And I was quite surprised that a team is giving another team this guard of honour. And it's quite dangerous, because once you make it president, we saw this in the Spanish Super Cup, for example, and in Saudi Arabia, where Real Madrid players refused Barcelona that guard of honour, which was traditional. It creates a problem. I'm not for it. I think if you then have this issue, what you've just said, and I would be the same as a Newcastle Sunderland fan, I would hate that Sunderland come into St James's Park and Newcastle players have to give them a guard of honour.
Would there be a
and what, then kick shit out of each other?
I think there would, wouldn't there? There'd be an issue in Newcastle if that had to happen. Wouldn't there?
I don't think the players would want that. I don't think the players would want that. So why put them in that position? Why not just scrap it and not have that stupid rule? If for example, I think it's hard enough anyways, if Hearts can win the title at Hibs, that's going to be more difficult than worrying about these guard of honours. So let's just get rid of it.
What do you think? What do you think, Ian?
What do you think? I think
I used to think I'd be pretty good at working that out. I think you're for it, and I think you believe in respect, and you're a very wholesome, pure man. So I think you believe in the idea.
I actually think that.
I think you're a man of integrity.
Well, I hope I'm a man of integrity.
If you can say it.
I certainly can't say it or spell it.
Yeah.
But I'm really against the performative side of football and sport. I cannot fucking stand it.
Really?
I cannot stand it. I cannot stand fakery, and I cannot stand players being put in positions that they have no say over. Mm-hmm. You put 11 or however many players it is these days in a guard of honour, you can guarantee that a third of them don't want to fucking be there. Mm-hmm. And they're standing there, clapping their hands, thinking, I don't want to be here.
Even the modern player?
Even the modern player.
I would have said that number's dwindling.
What, you mean even fewer would want to be there? Or
I think
more
in the past, 11 players would have hated the whole notion, but I think now...
No, I have a firm belief that most sportsmen and women, if they want to, will find their own way to say, congratulations, well done, or commiserations and hard luck. Mm-hmm. They'll find their own way to do it. At the end of the day, here's talk about football, okay? Footballers, they don't change in terms of their competitive instincts. They don't change in terms of the way that they know how fucking hard it is to win a game, a league, a cup, okay? And that and respect comes from that. Yeah. You'll always get players who don't like each other. We know that, okay? But at the end of the day, they know what the life is. They know the ins and outs of the life. They know what losing feels like. They know what winning feels like. They will find their own way to congratulate each other. Yeah. Whether it's on the pitch, before the game, after a game, in the tunnel after the game. Obviously, it's not in the players' bar anymore, but wherever, in the communal areas, in the bloody car park, I don't know. They'll find their way. Yeah, let them find it. There is enough goodness in footballers
in the world
that will come out in its own way without making them do it.
So you're going from the guard of honour to the handshake.
The pre-match handshake.
So the handshake can be
Yeah.
the congratulations,
So
well
who's
done,
driving?
congratulations, well done, well done, well done.
Who decides, by the way, that the guard of honour happens? Where does that responsibility lie? Is that an FA?
No.
Premier League? Is it a television thing?
I think all the stakeholders have a vested interest in this type of performative nonsense. The people who don't have a vested interest are the people who are stuck in the middle of it, and they're the players.
Yeah, but the teams they can have that. It's not.
Oh, what they can
it's
say
not
no.
compulsory
Well, how does
that
that
they have
look?
to do it. There's not a law in place that you have to do that guard of honour. It's up to the club, the away team club, if they want to do it or not. Yeah, they have.
So you can say no.
There's teams have refused in the past, and it's up to the teams to do it. If
Of
their
course
team
they can
doesn't want to
say
do
no.
it, they can say, "I'm not doing it." What are they going to do? If the league even if the league had a rule, and the other team didn't want to do it, you would just get fined.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to do? Say you're not playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So for me,
I
would just scrap it all.
But how does that play out, Mark?
It
How does that
look
look
good
from a PR point of view? It looks terrible, doesn't
we
it?
all want football to be respected, don't we?
So
we all
imagine
want.
you're the manager, right, and you're in the press conference, right, and you've said to your players, you don't have to do the guard of honour, boys. And the journalist Ian Ladyman says, Mark, why didn't you let the players do that today?
The players decided not to.
Right, Ian, you are the manager of the team you support. Mark's the journalist. And you say to your players, you don't have to do the guard of honour. What's your answer in the press conference?
Well, you don't want to throw the players under the bus.
Yeah, because I'm leaving.
Huh?
I'm leaving at the
You
end
know
of
what
the
I mean?
season.
He's got
I'm
Saudi-
already gone.
he's got
I've got to Saudi
Saudi.
Arabia. Big cash.
If I'm a manager of a team of players that don't want to do it,
Yeah.
and I'm asked a question about it, I'd have to bullshit and say, as a football club, we decided that we will find our own way to congratulate Arsenal winning the league, but we didn't think in this moment that we had to do it in this kind of certain set way. We'll do it our own way, and it sounds unconvincing the way that I'm saying it now. So I can imagine how it would sound, and that's why we shouldn't put people in this
Because
position.
that's the thing, is that I can imagine being in a position saying, you know what, my respect and my loyalties to the fans and the players here, and it doesn't feel authentic for them to stand and do that, and for that reason we didn't do it.
Right, go on then. So you go to Hearts are going to rock up.
Oh, God, I can't believe
No,
this,
I'm
by the
being
way.
honest.
No,
and
you're
good.
right.
No.
I can't believe it.
Hearts are going to rock up potentially.
Yeah.
And one side of us still would love to see this, not because of the police and the trouble that it would cause, but I would love to see Scottish football being shaken up.
Yeah.
And it's not the Big Two anymore. I think it's great for Scottish football that Hearts are challenging the Big Two. If Hearts rock up at Easter Road and either they win the title or they've already won the title, how would you feel as a fan?
The thing is, you have to, if they've got to win on that final day, you've got to be at the game. I would like to know how many Hibs fans would actually turn up if Hearts were there just for the procession, to win the title on that day.
But would they give them the God of Honour?
Oh, this is I honestly can't answer that. I think it's a public order issue. I think it will be that bad. But the goodness in me thinks that.
Because it's different Man United, Everton. It's different
You've
other
got
teams.
names like Pat Stanton on the stand across there, and you've got honour and history and tradition to think about it the other way around. Would you expect it if we went to Tynecastle? But football's not like that, is it? It's tribal, it's territorial, it's aggressive. It is.
Yeah, of course.
But like even Newcastle, sorry, Ian, even that's how derbies get.
Yeah.
And I only talk about a little bit of Newcastle, Sunderland, Newcastle. Happened recently.
Yeah.
First time we'd played in the Premier League for some years because Sunderland got promoted. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Great to have this North East derby back, even though Sunderland have got the bragging rights. What did Sunderland do? You remember?
Yeah, I do.
And you were there? Were you there?
Sorry, which game?
What did Sunderland do to
team
Newcastle?
picture. Was it
The scoreboard.
Yes.
What did they do?
Oh, they put home team, away team.
No. Sunderland and visitors.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Yeah. In flames.
It strokes up.
Yeah, it does
So what it
strokes
then
up.
does, it gets petty. Newcastle are going to I don't think Newcastle will go to that level. But that's what happens in this rivalry.
Yeah, look, I actually thought that was quite funny, but I do agree that clubs
I don't think it was funny.
Clubs
I
have
don't
a
think it was
have
funny,
a
Ian.
responsibility in this day and age to
Public
not
order.
to inflame situations. I absolutely understand that. Okay, but I don't think we should ever forget what sport is about. respect and fairness and integrity, but it's also about fucking competition. And it's okay not to like people in sport. It's absolutely okay not to like people. It's absolutely okay want your rivals to lose every time they set foot on the field. And it's absolutely okay to want to smash them in the derby.
I enjoyed that with Lee Dixon last week in the podcast. That kind of, I don't have to be his best mate. I'll play against him. I'm not going to bow down and
salute. So the other thing we have these days is the fair play handshake before a football game. Why are we? I've just been sitting here while you two were talking, trying to think how many other sports is it required to shake hands with an opponent before the game. I always say to my daughter after football, make sure you shake hands before a game. Okay, you shake hands on the first tee at a golf course. You shake hands over the net at tennis. What
about league and union with a hacker?
But can I just say that football captains do the shaking of hands at the toss, okay?
Handing the flags.
Why have we got 22 players shaking hands with everybody and the officials before a game? Fair play handshake, when we all know that fair play goes out the window as soon as the game starts. That's just another That, again, is just something for TV, something for the Premier League. And I don't care for it either.
So no handshakes, no fair play handshakes, just the captains exchanging pleasantries.
Shake hands after the game, guys, when it's over.
Okay, good. What about the haka in rugby? Is that an unfair advantage, do you think?
I like the haka because it speaks to a nation's traditions and to sports traditions. And also there's absolutely no onus or responsibility on the opposition to stand and watch it and respect it. If you don't want to, turn your back on it. Turn your back on it, okay? So I've got mates who hate it, mates who think it's become again a performative thing for the TV, but it's not. It's an historical thing. I quite like it.
Yeah, I quite like watching it. Yeah, I quite like watching it.
Often,
but I think
it's often better than the rugby.
But why would? Because that's tradition and I respect it. Why would you want to turn your back on it then?
Well,
if I'm honest, I'm a big respect. Listen, when the whistle starts, it's 50-50. It's a game on, isn't it? But if somebody has a tradition like they have, surely we should respect that tradition.
Yeah, and they choose to respect it, and that's fine.
Some don't, but you know what I mean? Where they start getting aggressive and they push up to that line, probably just to try and counteract and try it for the TV. Because for me, it's part of a tradition that they've had for so many years.
That's all about that in a way. Before a big rugby, All Blacks against England or whatever, that's the sign that the contest has begun. The contest has begun at that point when the haka starts. That's the start of the contest. The fair play handshake in the Premier League isn't the start of the contest. That's just something for the TV cameras and for the sponsors, which means they can drag out that period before a game actually starts.
Well, it gets them out, actually. Probably gets them out on time instead of kickoffs kicking off late because...
Here's a question for you. What do players and referees say to each other when they're tossing the... Is there any chat over this?
It's very cold out here.
No, seriously. Seriously.
Is there any... What do you think?
Is there any chat?
And most of them give it they used to give you that handshake because you're I want to shake hands properly, and they would give you a high five.
So there's never any kind of
nothing. No.
Nice to see you.
Here's a question. I'd love to know the answer to this. Best handshake in football. Is there one?
Got a story for you.
I do have a story.
No, I was trying to think who was really I remember Sir Alex's was quite strong.
Was it a firm handshake? Did they press the third knuckle of your right hand at the same time?
The squeeze.
Sam Allardyce once accused me of having a weak handshake.
Did he?
Yes, but he didn't say it to me. When he became, this is how football used to be like. Can you imagine this now? So when I was covering Notts County for the Nottingham Evening Post, Sam Allardyce became the manager. Colin Murphy was sacked. Sam became the manager. I was covering the club. Went to be introduced to him. I think it was in the boardroom, actually. Shook hands with him. Brief chat. Went on my way. At that time, Sam Allardyce was living, and Neil will not mind me saying this because it's known. Was it known? Oh, shit, maybe it's not. No, it doesn't matter. Right, Sam was living with Neil Custis from The Sun.
What?
Because Sam moved to Nottingham and at short notice and didn't have anywhere to stay. Sam was pally with Sean Custis from The Sun because Sean had gone to do a lovely feature with Sam when Sam was managing in Ireland at a club might have been Limerick. So he had a relationship with Sean. Said to Sean, I don't have anywhere to stay in Nottingham. Sean said, you can stay with my brother for a couple of weeks if you like. So so why didn't just stay in a hotel? I do not know. Why the club didn't pay for Sam to stay in a hotel? I do not know. So Sam Allardyce, the manager of Notts County, stayed in Neil Custis' spare room for the first couple of weeks of his time.
How old was he at this time?
Sam?
Yeah.
I don't know, about 45 or something.
He'd have been young then.
So apparently, having met me at Meadow Lane, he went back home to Shea Custis, said, you know that Ian Ladyman from The Post? And Neil says, yeah, I know Ian, I play a bit of golf with him. Got a bloody weak handshake.
Class.
And I don't think that's true. I dispute that.
Well, we need to pay more attention next time I shake your hand.
Next time if he's got a limp hand.
Right, before we dive back into the football, we're in partnership with Wix Trade Pro. Tradespeople, you want to listen to this bit.
Absolutely, because being a Wix Trade Pro member saves you money.
You can save 10% every single time that you shop in store or online. There's no minimum spend, no hassle, just savings.
Brilliant stuff.
On top of that, if you've got a big job coming up, lads, and you need to buy a load of materials up front, with Wix Trade Pro, you can now buy now and pay later. Powered by Billy. Pay interest-free within 30 days or 60 days and track your payment status easily through your Trade Pro account.
That's not all. You can click and collect within 15 minutes. And for even trickier jobs, order online or in store for delivery within 3 hours.
Blimey.
To sign up and start saving, just download the Wix Trade Pro app today. Billy offers unregulated credit agreements, UK businesses only, 18 plus, subject to status, T's and C's and late fees apply. Anybody listening in Scotland will laugh when I say this, but Ali McCoy's got quite an interesting handshake. They may suggest that's down to his football club and his background and all the rest of it.
Oh, is it there?
It is quite a unique, very quick handshake, pressing of a little
there's-
twist of the hand.
there's-
Yeah.
I've shaken Ali McCoy's hand only once.
Yes.
By the side of
I said who's bed.
by the side of a training field in Qatar during the World Cup. Anyway, didn't notice anything untoward.
Is there any handshake that stands out for you, Ian, other than Sam Allardyce?
Well, that's the one. Darren Lewis,
From the Mirror?
football reporter, the Mirror, has got the firmest handshake. I mean, literally absolute
shake.
bone-crushing handshake.
Yeah.
And every time I do it, I prepare myself what's coming, and it
ready for
still
it.
doesn't work.
You're ready for it. Yeah.
You know, you can feel your bones.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
One of them.
No, like
I
that
hate
at the
when
end
you-
of it.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Grabbed
Yeah.
by the fingers and not the hand. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's better than what?
Politicians
It's
are the
better than
worst.
David Janola's, where he's giving you kisses on the cheeks.
Yeah, I like
I'm
that.
up for-
Take
I'm
me
up
off
for
get
it.
to this
Fancy
age.
one there.
Give me his lovely hair. Close your eyes.
The Glasgow kiss.
That's great, gentlemen. Thank you very much for the bonus ball today. It's a short one because Mark, as ever, has to run off. Would you like to wish
mean, it's
anybody-
my birthday
We've
week.
just pissed all over everything, haven't we?
We have.
That's bad. That's bad.
shit,
That's
yeah.
bad. I should be a Daily Mail columnist.
It's almost like you work for the right paper. You found your natural home, haven't you?
Yeah.
Great to see you, boys. We're almost in golf season as well, so we need to make that happen soon.
Well, we're not
With-
playing
with-
with Lee Dixon, given that he's
I
just told us
did.
he's off one.
I did par the first at Royal Troon Old Course yesterday.
Amazing. You were at Royal Trin?
No, I'm a simulator man.
Oh,
you're
you're
on your
Off the yellow
First Open
tees.
Championship ever went to, I think.
I hit it straight down the middle,
Yeah.
just short of the first bunker.
Great.
Chipped onto the green 2 putts.
Great golf course.
I looked it on
They're
the
all great around there.
simulator.
Glasgow Gales, Prestwick.
Oh, it didn't have any of the winds. I took the winds
Thornbury.
off. You're allowed to take the winds off.
Yeah.
I wanted to make
Do
you
you
know.
know-
Andy Dillon and I ended up in bed with.
Sorry? I don't really want to
Andy
know
Dillon
this.
And I ended up in bed with 4 other people during an Open Championship in Troon. Although I have to
You've been non-gender
I have-
specific there.
add that we all had our clothes on.
Okay.
Does
Sometimes.
that make a difference?
Sometimes.
Just sprung to,
Hey, we'll leave.
just sprung to mind.
That's
Sprung to
it's the last thing that
sprung.
sprung to mind
Sprung to
anyway. You for about 25
Oh,
years.
sorry.
Right, that's enough man behaviour. Thanks for listening to Whistleblowers. Whistleblowers at dailymail.com if you want to email us. I'd really appreciate questions for the boys for the next episode. Mark, get your train, blow the full-time whistle. Thank you very much for watching Whistleblowers. Remember, there are new episodes every Thursday and Tuesday, so don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for even more content. And follow us wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode.